Have you watched Squid Game then yet?
I have. I did. I watched it again all in one night because I couldn't take a break.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, and I thought it was very good. I thought it was a very solid show, and I liked it a lot. Of course, there are things that I wasn't super into, but overall, I liked it. I thought it was good.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't the perfect show, but really good.
Yeah.
Proves.
Yeah.
What I find interesting about the whole Squid Game like getting mainstream stuff now is I've seen so many debates about the subs versus dub in the mainstream now.
How is that a
and it's so surreal, right?
Well, I mean, some of the dubbing in Squid Game was.
I keep getting recommending clips of some of the dub clips in Squid Game, and I'm just like,
so bad.
how are people watching this right now? Because I think I can't remember. I think I saw it on like Philip DeFranco where there was a metric of how many people watched it dubbed. I think it was like 60 or like 69%.
How?
People
Wait, more people watch the dub?
Because people just on Netflix, people just when you do it, if you've got your language setting to English, it's just automatically in English.
Yeah.
So a lot of people don't want to then flip to.
I think as well for some countries, like the original Korean like voices just weren't available.
What?
Yeah, because like I remember my sister was telling me in Australia there was no option other than the English dub.
What?
Like you have to watch it in the English dub, and she's like, "What the fuck? I don't want to watch it in the English
That's
dub."
horrifying.
But yeah, so I think it also depends on the country as well.
I mean,
which is a bit weird.
it's interesting because I've watched Netflix shows with the dub when they aren't originally, like when it's a different language other than English. I've watched English dubs on Netflix that I didn't think were terrible, but that was something special.
Like half the actors are speaking in a different like type of English.
Yeah,
like I
yeah.
think half the voice actors are Americans, and then the other half are like British.
the old woman just doesn't sound like an old woman. You know, that should be like the first thing that you try and do to like at least give a little bit of effort to not sound like a 25-year-old.
Yeah, from the clips I've seen, it definitely gives it the impression that none of the dub voice actors knew how big this was going to be.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone involved.
And I don't think even Netflix knew how big this was going to be.
way.
And you can definitely see it.
Parent.
Yeah, because I don't know. Maybe it's just because we're in the anime community, but for me, especially when it comes to live action, I can't imagine watching live action in anything but the original language.
It's
with
so much more
subtitles.
jarring.
It's
so
so
much more
jarring.
Although it is also a guilty pleasure of mine, like every now and then I watch like a live action Hollywood film with the Japanese dub. It's
Oh my!
it's
Why,
so
Joey?
It's
Why?
so funny.
It is
sounds
funny.
surreal.
It is
So-
funny.
and even when they get like top voice actors in like the anime sphere to like voice over like Vin Diesel in fucking Fast and Furious, I'm just like, it's so weird. It's so weird to hear a different voice that's not Vin Diesel's come out
Yeah.
of Vin Diesel's
That's
mouth.
amazing.
Yeah.
It's very
Piqued
funny.
my curiosity.
I mean, luckily,
Yeah,
when
you should.
go-
It's really funny.
I mean, luckily in Japan, normally all the movies are in subbed in the cinema.
Yeah.
Which is,
Yeah.
Thank you,
Nice.
because I can watch them.
It's all the ones that make it the DVD that are dubbed.
Yeah, DVD, they have an option. Right?
Yeah.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Thank you, Japan and cinemas. I can actually enjoy going to the cinema.
It is weird watching like Japanese dubs of like Western cartoons though. That is weird. Like
Oh, like Simpsons.
yeah, Simpsons. Like hearing is it Japanese Rick and Morty as well.
Oh,
that was
Japanese
so
Rick and
surreal, but
It's so weird.
that's when I can like kind of get behind it because it actually suits it a lot in a lot of the scenes. Like they like whoever voices Rick fucking blew it out of the park.
Did a great
yeah,
job,
did a
I
great
agree.
fucking
I
job.
want to go listen to this now.
It's not bad. I was
Okay,
like, wow.
sure. Okay.
This is like the being on the other side of things, where it's like, oh, not all dubs are bad, even if it's like originally in English
well,
for
you know,
once.
Trash Taste is better in Russian. Everyone knows that.
Of course.
Yeah, Connor in Russian Trash Taste
I
sounds
sound
like
amazing.
he sounds like he wrestles bears for a living. Like,
I really am envious of that man.
so have you had like time to watch anything else in your schedule, or is it just like
Just random stuff.
just random stuff?
Recently I got really into like it's a super obscure like Yakuza film series called
okay.
I know what it's called in English, Battles Without Honor and or Humanity. I need to figure out what the name
That
is.
sounds like a Yakuza film.
That is the most Google translated title I've ever heard.
I need to find out the name of it. I wish I could look it up.
So what's the plot of these movies?
It's a really long plot.
Okay.
It's just about this one guy and his entire experience from start to finish, entering the Yakuza family, and it's just I can't explain why I like it. It's just kind of cool, and like a lot of the sound clips are just really iconic. The music is really iconic. You'll hear it sampled a lot in Japanese rap. It's just really neat, and there's a lot of blood. It was one of the like most prominent, I think, Yakuza films made in Japan. There's 5 of them. I haven't
Wow.
watched the last one, but I've been slowly working through them. I found them on Amazon with English subtitles. There was only one copy in the world, and I got it.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
So it wasn't even streamed. It was
No.
like physical media.
Yeah.
Holy shit! That's
Yep.
how you know. That's how you know it's like underground.
OG.
Yeah, I was recommended.
How did you
by-
find it then?
I was recommended it by a friend who really likes Japanese movies, and I was like, I should check it out. And I really like it.
When was the last time you bought physical media? I'm just
Mother,
trying to.
mother knows breast.
Oh yeah, yours is easy.
like bought it to watch it. I'd
Yeah.
say.
I watched
Like,
it.
You've watched. You've actually put it in.
you put it in.
I don't,
put
have,
it
a-
in?
I don't have a
Like-
DVD player.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah,
I
that's what I'm
thought.
saying.
Do you have a DVD player?
No, but PlayStation works just
Oh.
fine. Interestingly enough.
Yeah, I can't remember the last time
Blu-ray.
I brought like a DVD or a Blu-ray that I actually watched.
Yeah, right.
I've even bought like anime Blu-rays and DVDs, but just like that's just so I can own them physically.
collect them,
Even if
yeah.
I
Yeah.
bought it, I'm putting that shit in. You know how annoying it is getting up, bending down, putting it in. Fuck, dude, man, just
lot of-
I can just
it's a lot of
Chromecast
work.
this stuff.
My
you
poor
know?
knees.
Yeah.
I'm an old man now, you know. Sorry, I'm a child now, but I was an old man one time, and that was very difficult to.
You are an old man stuck in a child's body.
I am. I don't. I just want to do everything digitally. It's so much easier.
Oh
I
yeah.
prefer to.
I mean, that's why it's become.
That's why you-
slowly dying medium. Right?
Yeah, that's why you like. I mean, forget DVDs. You don't watch anything that's not on Netflix nowadays.
You know what sucks is that everything good is on like Hulu and HBO, and I'm like, we don't have that shit. How do we? It's so unfair. I'm like, I don't know how to do this. Please help me. I want HBO. Everything seems to be on HBO.
Oh, I mean, a lot of the good shows. I say like a lot of the critically acclaimed shows seem to be on HBO.
Yeah,
but,
and you can't get it outside of America.
Is this where
You
you,
can
slip
get-
in a sponsorship, perhaps?
I actually, funny thing, like
certain
a lot
VPN?
of HBO shows and a lot of TV shows are available on YouTube to buy.
Oh.
But I've noticed like
I was
because
like, oh.
yeah, because I've watched Chernobyl and I watched that on YouTube.
Oh, I watched it on Amazon Prime.
Oh, it's on Amazon Prime here.
Yeah, I watched it on Amazon Prime.
Okay, but that's probably like the last amazing live action TV show that I've like properly got into.
Yeah, I love that. That's so
Yeah,
good.
fucking amazing.
You guys just realize sometimes how things have developed with like anime and Japanese culture in general? Because I remember a time when I was younger and I had to beg Mama Mori to drive me 40 minutes to the only small anime store in our state.
I mean, the fact that you even had an anime store.
Yeah,
didn't
Your
even have
privileges show.
listen, man, Pocky was $6, and I remember
Oh,
saving
shit.
up all what little allowance I could scrape.
Pocky, oh my god.
There was like,
$6.
I think
Pair that with a ramen.
Yeah, with a ramen.
Yeah, I don't know
Hell
about-
yeah.
I don't know about-
$6.
I don't know about Gaunt, but like I came into anime just as it was kind of becoming more globalized and the internet was kind of kicking into full
Yeah.
force. And yeah, even back then it was like you couldn't get anything, like nothing.
Yeah.
You didn't live through the dark ages.
No, all I could get was like the worst I had to deal with was like Yu-Gi-Oh! GX Espanol Part 1. That was like
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
that was
yeah,
like
yeah.
the worst I had to deal with, but I could still get it. Like I
Yeah.
could get it.
No, I mean, we could also get it as well. It just was a lot harder
Yeah.
to find. You know, it's we had to put more work into it other than just streaming. I feel like streaming made anime just like kind of like it made anime fucking way more accessible. Because even back in my day, I still bought DVDs whenever I could, right? But then once streaming became a thing, I just stopped buying DVDs
Oh.
at all. And it is certainly weird to see anime become way more fucking popular nowadays, even though none of us watch it anymore.
Yeah,
Right,
no.
Joey?
Hell yeah! You got that right.
Yeah.
The more popular anime has become, the less I've watched. It's a
Yeah.
weird like symbiotic.
Do you watch as
relationship.
much anime now, Callie?
I mean, to be honest, I feel like all the anime I'm really interested in is older stuff that I get recommended. For
Yeah.
example, Kaiji and Baki I've been really into.
Backy?
You're into Baki? Fuck
Hell
yeah.
yeah!
Let's
go. Hell
my
yeah.
guilty
Check.
pleasure. I just
Hell yeah.
man.
Are you caught up on the anime?
No, I've been that is the only one that I've been slowly watching because I don't want it to end. So I've
It's
been
so
like
good.
day by day watching an episode. Nice. and
It's so
slow.
good. I love Backy.
I still need
so
to
much.
watch the anime.
What part do you want, if I'm allowed to ask?
Let's see. What part did we stop off at? Let me think. Because I've been watching it with a friend who is also a big fan.
Oh, okay.
And we've been watching like at the same time, like overseas, completely separated from each other.
Oh,
Nice.
Let me see. Which part were we at?
What was the last thing that happened?
Yeah, what was the most iconic
Yeah.
thing that happened?
What do you mean?
think-
Every episode. Is iconic.
I think Baki officially challenged his father. I think
Oh.
was the last thing that happened that I saw. I'm like trying to
Doesn't
not.
that happen like 10 times?
Yeah.
Maybe it was the first
Do
time.
you realize how
In
little
the
that
new
narrows it down?
In the new season. In the new season.
Okay.
Oh, season 3?
I have to admit,
Oh,
when
okay.
I
Oh, so
started,
you're pretty far then.
yeah, when I started watching Baki, I actually didn't. I challenged myself, and I didn't watch it with English subtitles. I watched it completely Japanese with Japanese-only subtitles, and I did not figure out that Baki's dad was who he is until I put on the subtitles. I felt so ashamed. I was like, wow, so many 3 years self-study Japanese, and I can't even figure that out.
I feel you. I feel you. Because sometimes, like, do you watch all anime unsubbed now then? Or do you watch like some subbed, some unsubbed?
It depends. Usually what I'll do is if it's one that I've seen before, I'll watch it without subtitles.
Yeah.
But I mean, I do watch it with subtitles, but they're Japanese subtitles. So I at least get the kanji to like help me out if I can't really hear how
the
something's
kanji helps
pronounced
a lot.
right.
Yeah. Do you, if there's like something you don't understand, do you like rewind as well and
Yeah.
like just to see if you
Sounds like a nightmare.
It is a nightmare. I mean,
That's how you learn, man.
that's how you learn. You're not watching it in the same way that you're watching to enjoy anymore. It is a learning experience.
Study material.
Yeah.
It is study material. I mean, in terms of study material, I can think of worse
Like-
study material than anime. But
for sure.
it's the sacrifice you have to make, I guess, to make.
Well, that's why you got to like use like a series you've already seen and like are familiar with, right?
I felt
you're
really
not
bad
learning
because
experience.
like when I was hanging out with some Japanese friends and everyone was watching Kaiji and I watched it too, and of course there were no English subtitles,
Yeah.
so I was watching and I recall going home and going on Wikipedia and looking up what happened in each episode.
I mean, there are some
bad.
shows that are easier to follow than others. I can barely follow like the rules of what is happening in Kaiji in English,
Yeah.
let alone in another language.
Yeah,
you
it's
know?
true.
Yeah.
I mean, those Peppa Pig plot lines, man. Those things are fucking complex, man.
Oh, you know
Very
it.
complex.
Honestly, you laugh, but yeah, I took Lady Beard's advice and I started watching Peppa Pig in Japanese.
told me, yeah.
And I could tell my Japanese was improving by how much of Peppa Pig I could understand. And then it got to a point where I could understand 80%, 80 to 9% of Peppa Pig. And that was the first time I felt, holy shit, I'm actually making fucking progress.
Like Thanos with his hand, like power. Oh, this is power.
Holy shit, Peppa Pig's a good show.
And then I graduated to normal anime after that. And even then, there are some anime, you have to be very selective in the anime you watch if you want to treat anime as a study material. Because some things are just like so far beyond your level.
Becky seems like a hard one to choose.
Yeah, because I feel like Baki would be pretty hard because there's so much explanation of like what is happening on screen and like the backstory and stuff.
Oh, trust me, I read the manga and I sometimes have to like double take, being like, what the fuck does that mean? I'm pretty sure I'm fluent in this language and it doesn't look like my language.
Yeah, it's like sometimes Baki is like a visual storytelling medium, and, and then sometimes it's really not. You know,
Yeah.
it's a
and
give
then
and
sometimes
take.
it's a novel.
yeah, exactly.
I remember where I was. We just left the prison. Please don't spoil it for me. Please, chat. Please, I beg of you, don't spoil it for me. We also do fake
Did you just
spoilers
say
in my
chat?
chat. listen, no, because they will watch this. Listen, they will watch
Static
this.
chat.
Listen. You got
watch-
some time now between this episode airing
Oh, fast.
to
I was
finish.
marathon. I was
Yeah,
marathon it because we do fake spoilers in my chat. So people, you can't trust anyone what anyone's saying. So I say, guys, throw out some fake spoilers. So people who are putting out real spoilers could be lying. We don't know. That's how I protect my chat.
Oh, don't
from
worry.
getting
Baki's one of those
spoiled.
shows where you could give out a real spoiler and you'd be like, I guess that's what happens.
We
Yeah.
gave out a bunch last episode, actually.
Yeah, we literally just talked about Baki, so it's
so good.
wasn't planned at all that we'd
Thank
mention
you.
Baki again.
Yeah.
But thank you very much for building on what we said
Please
before.
go and watch Becky.
Yeah.
Watch
Please.
Baki.
Please, I
It
beg.
is
you,
now
great.
VTuber approved.
Exactly.
So,
Yes.
Grim Reaper approved. Watch Baki.
I know you guys are here too because I know I have a lot of fans of me who literally come to my stream and say I came here from Trash Taste. A lot of deadbeats whose names I see over and over and over again who are always there. I'm really thankful to you guys. Thank you so much for bringing me so many cool deadbeats.
Of course. Oh, you came on, man.
yeah.
You did the
exactly.
work.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
just sat here.
Yeah.